Now let's transition to Ravens recap. Once again, it was a nail biter. Once again, it was a blood pressure raiser. The Minnesota Vikings, they find a way to raise your pressure even when you're in good health. Unfortunately for the Minnesota Vikings, a heartbreaking type loss, overtime loss to the Baltimore Ravens, issue that has reoccurred over and over again for the Minnesota Vikings, the inability to finish the drill. What type of blow is that for the team when you have a game necessarily not in your hands, but clearly in direction of winning the ball game and not being able to finish, Pat P? What was that? What was that mindset, for you watching and of course being a part of the team, preparing, getting ready, not being able to finish the game against the Ravens? I'm sorry.
It was definitely was a big blow to us, but at the end of the day, we can't. We have to continue to try to learn from the mistakes that we made in that game. It's a lot of good things in that game. It's a ton of good things in that on tape that we can watch. But it's just a couple of small things that we have to clean up, like eliminating. In my opinion, I thought neither one of those penalties were penalties, but it is what it is. But trying to find a way, like I said, finding a way to keep Lamar off the field, and they had a 16-play drive, 10-play drive. And, it's hard, for defenses to kind of catch their stride when you're on the field for so long. I believe we played like 98 plays or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's a recipe for, not disaster, but a recipe for, setting yourself up for failure, because your defense will only be out there for so long. So. Yeah. We just have to find a way to continue to get better in situational football. Third down, have to get better on third down, both sides of the ball. Had a big play on kick return that I think that helped us in that game for sure. Finally got an opportunity to break one of those loose. Mm-hmm. And on defense, we just have to find a way to get off the field on like I said, on third downs and just finding a way to create 3 and outs, winning on first down, minimizing the gains on first downs. And I think that's just some of the things that hurt us to not keep them behind the 8 ball, not making them predictable, in a sense. So Lamar in that offense is very dynamic. He has the ability to run the ball, as you saw, having 120 yards rushing, 266 passing. You have a full control of the game now. I wish we came out on the winning end of the stick, but it was a great game to watch for sure.
Yeah, I mean the Ravens ran 89 plays compared to the 52 that was ran by the Vikings, and the 5 losses you lost by a combined 18 points. Mm-hmm. All 5 losses have pretty much been really, really close. One possession game here or there. So you just been on the bad end of the stick when it comes to finishing. And that's something that I've seen throughout the course of the year, just not being able to finish. And clearly, if you're not able to do that, you won't have a pretty good record. And that's the situation right now for the Vikings. So you still got enough time to try to, right the wrongs and change the narrative, what we've seen so far from the season. But, you just got to get everybody healthy, get everybody on the same page. What type of blow was it to not have the hitman, Harrison Smith, in the lineup? And you guys didn't learn about his absence until right before game time. And he prepared like he would be involved. But what type of blow was that for the defense?
It was a shocker to us. Everybody getting to the stadium, getting dressed for the game. And everybody looking around like, what Tutu at? They said, Tutu not going to be able to make the game. Obviously getting dinged with the COVID. I think he failed his COVID test that morning or something like that. I couldn't tell you which test it was, but that was a big blow for us. Obviously, like you said, prepared all week. Was in there, guys hearing his voice, but Cam did a great job of stepping in and replacing him. Having a big interception, having a bunch of tackles in the game. I thought he communicated well. So that's just like we talked about, in the summertime, getting guys ready, and that's our job as the older guys and the coaching staff and the scouting department to make sure that we have the right guys if something was to happen that, you know, if they have to step in there and play, it won't be a drop off.
Yeah, and Cam played well. You know, he had an interception, throwing into action, clearly not prepared because everyone thought that Harrison would be in the lineup. But, you know, he played pretty well given the circumstances. And talking about another interception, how athletic was Anthony Barr's interception in overtime? Think
Yeah,
about
that was big time. That was big time. Heck of an interception. Had a great view of it. I was behind the offense, so I saw the whole play unfold. And that's just the type of player that Anthony is. You know, that's the type of player that he has been since day one, since he got into the league. You know, big time players making big time plays in those big time moments. And, you know, and he gave us the opportunity to kick a field goal to win the game. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. But, you know, we had opportunities to win that game multiple times, and we weren't able to put the nail in the coffin. And that's just something we have to learn from and continue to build from, and hopefully don't bite us in the foot here in the future.